How's it going, my fellow monkeys? You know, with all the time I've played Dark Souls 1, I cannot recall at all a single time I've used a spear, other than maybe the lightning spear before Iron Golem. But for today's run, spear only. That means that obviously I only can use spears, but to further enhance that, the final hit must come from a spear. I can do damage with whatever weapon I please, but the final hit must come from a spear, which is something I instantly take advantage of. Because I chose black firearms, I can kill the Asylum demon in that first fight. So if you kill him and then instantly quit out, then he respawns for whatever reason it is, and you can go get Oscar to pick up the big Pilgrim's Key, and you can leave without even killing the Asylum demon. It's really crazy. But after I quit out, I come back in and just go to the Asylum like I normally would, other than killing the Asylum demon. I get my Estus from Oscar, and I also get to pick up the big Pilgrim's Key from him, so I can instantly run back down and leave the tutorial. I do eventually come back later with Power Within, my Silver Knight Spear, and just absolutely destroy this Asylum Demon, which is super funny to watch. Oh my god. But as I leave, I'm thinking, what spears do I want to use? What would even be good? I mean, I can get a spear instantly in the graveyards of Firelink, which I instantly run towards, because there ain't no way I'm not getting at least one weapon to use. Don't want to run around my fist. But I pick up my soul items like usual, grab my Partisan, I believe it's called, or it's a winged spear, what am I talking about? But I also grab the binoculars for later uses, and take a tactical death off the cliff. But now we can really start getting the ball rolling. I got a weapon. Obviously, I got everything I really need. Just, you know, I gotta come around, collect some souls, get another Firekeeper soul, which I fuck up this part. I mean, not that. Well, I don't die on purpose. Obviously, it was tactical, but I go in Blighttown and actually rest at the bonfire, which I totally forgot that if you rest at the bonfire, then, well, Lothric kills the Firekeeper. So for a majority of this run, I just do this unupgraded Estus. But I come to Blighttown for primarily two reasons. One is souls, because you get a lot in Blighttown. And the other is to go to the Great Hollow and get the Chloranthy Ring, which is what a great ring in this game. And it does stack with the Grass Crest, which is something I didn't really take advantage of, because I wanted to use at least something that had stamina regeneration and also RTSR, because RTSR is absolutely busted, especially with Power Within. The damage skyrockets. But then I just grab Chloranthy Ring and get out of here, because I do not want to be in Blighttown longer than I have to. And on my way up, I grab another Firekeeper soul, which I still can't use. Grab RTSR, because ooh, that ring is very good. Get a nice plunging attack and get blasted. I pick up the Grass Crest just in case I want to use it later. Then I make my way to Andraith the back way. And from here, I'm like, I need to upgrade my weapon so I can fight the gargoyles. Because there's no chance in hell I'm doing it without an upgrade. Then I grab the third unusable Firekeeper soul at the moment. Buy 8 Titanite shards, because I already had one from one of the enemies that dropped it. I upgrade my winged spear all the way to +5 for the gargoyles. This is also the point where I realized I fucked up and accidentally got Firekeeper killed by Lothric. So now he's in Anor Londo and I can't get it back till Anor Londo, which just sucks. I gotta remember not to... Well, at least now I remember that I can't rest at a bonfire in Blighttown. But I pick up Golden Pine Resin, and now it's time for the Tauros Demon, which I would not really call this a fight. It was more of a slaughter. I totally did not even need to plunge him. I probably just ran at him, hit him 6 or 7 times, and he would have exploded. No reason, it's just overkill at this point. But more than half his health in one plunging attack. I mean, obviously, if I got +10, it probably would have one-shot the Tauros Demon. So I've done that many times. Just absolutely one-shotting the Tauros with a plunging attack, but just like that, Tauros is down. It's that easy. I then free Griggs so I can get my magic weapon. So I got a nice reliable buff and not have to rely on gold pine resin or fire pine resin. And I use it for the gargoyles, so this is kind of a fight. I tried to use more of my shield in this fight too, because I never really use a shield in PS1. Usually I'm just two-handing and smashing things. But I do great damage. Like, if I get multiple attacks at once, then it just shreds the health bar. I mean, it is +5 and buffed, so I would hope it'd be that good. Once the second gargoyle comes out, I really didn't want to die, but I had to play a little slower, hang back a little bit, pick my opportunities, like most gank fights. They kind of all just suck. Once you kind of circle a few times, you kind of find your opening, as there it is. And I only got to poke them once, which isn't the best. I really should have been trying to aim for their tails to stagger them, or at least the one that I could have staggered, and it probably would have instantly died. Things got a little hairy, but not bad enough for me to be sweating yet, or shitting myself. I really should have been trying to use the shield a little more, because poking behind the shield is honestly a really good strategy. Honestly, if you have enough stability, and obviously endurance, then you can just tank hits the 100 fist block shield and poke behind it, and they can't do anything to you, so why stop? Once that first gargoyle goes down, it was pretty much ending there. One gargoyle is not a challenge when you've been dealing with two for so long. Once he breathes fire, give him a few pokes, and then he's dead. And the gargoyles are gone, just like that. Boom, and that first spell awakening is rung. Now we can start making our way to the Capra Demon. Which, this fight is a bit of a joke. They got a little hairy, but once my RTSR activated, it was really funny watching the damage just skyrocket. But even the dogs, I can poke the dogs behind the shield, and then that's it. And it's just me and Capra, which I get RTSR to activate and just start shredding his health bar. I get a nice plunge, which hits twice, which is pretty crazy. And I'm trying not to, you know, mess up at all here, because one hit and I'm dead with RTSR activated. I get RTSR to activate again after drinking a flask, and at this point I'm like, alright, I'm just going to keep RTSR activated and just see if I can just shred the rest of the health bar down, which I in fact do. That is some nice damage. With Capra going down, now it's my chance to go in the depths, primarily for two things. One is obviously the Big Ember, so I can upgrade my Winged Spear for +10, and the other is obviously for me to use Power Within, so I get the Pyromancer, so I can get the Pyromancer's Flame, so I get the nice 40% buff from Power Within. And now it's time for Queelag, which, for how much I'm buffed, I do like no damage, and it's honestly pretty crazy how little I do. I mean, it is a dex weapon, so I can attack pretty fast, but damage isn't the best. It doesn't really matter, because as long as you stay close to her, she can't really hit you, unless she stomps or does the AoE. I did get RTSR to activate, which did help my damage quite a bit, but with RTSR and Power Within active, it's not even like a segment of her health bar, it's barely a segment, which, again, my weapon's only +5, but even with that 90% buff, or I don't know if it stacks or not, but it's a crazy damage buff, but it's not that much as it should be. But as long as I play patient, it doesn't really matter. Queelag's quite the easy boss. I get a few more pokes in, and Queelag's dead. So I get to ring my second Bell of Awakening. After ringing the bell, I'm like, I guess now is a decent time to cheese Seath. I get a few more levels from an extra 20,000 souls or whatever. Get my nice little quick cheese. As I leave Blighttown, I'm going up the elevator, and I don't know how I managed this, but I managed to glitch on the side of the elevator, just floating there. Not even on the platform. Like, I'm like standing on a post to the side. But obviously now it's time for Sen's Fortress, which there's a few things I want to get. Oh, primarily just the one, the Lightning Spear. Because I want to try using that against Iron Golem, because obviously if I use the Wing Spear, my damage is going to be absolutely abysmal. So using the Lightning Spear with Power Within would bring my damage up quite significantly. But I shred through that Mimic, pick up a Lightning Spear, and I want to try doing a Tumble buff, which is something I've never actually really done. But I get it after a couple tries. Got RTSR to activate and Power Within, so I absolutely shred through the Iron Golem. And not as much damage as I would think, but as I was going to kill him, the game did not like it and grabbed me, and the Iron Golem just threw me right off the edge. He did not like my cheesing. But I come back right after it. Obviously the Iron Golem's not a very hard fight, so I just get Power Within to activate, no Tumble buff, and just still, honestly, the damage is great, and he falls off the edge with a nice little RTSR activate at the end. But now it's time for Anor Londo, which honestly also wasn't that bad. I mean, obviously the Raptors is a little tricky, but I have a shield, so I can either just parry him or block it. And with a spear, I can just poke him behind the shield. So as long as I don't fall off, you know, just get a nice pokage, and they're dead. And I can walk right past him. And this guy jumps right off the edge, definitely willingly. I did not scare him at all. Now it's time for the archers, which I absolutely shit on this guy. So, and I was sure to make sure he's dead before trying to walk past him, so I didn't, you know, get absolutely scared. So I just poke him off the edge, and then that's that. And now it's time to farm for the Silver Knight Spear, which I got incredibly lucky for. I ended up only killing this Silver Knight 9 times, I think it was, which is a crazy drop rate, because it's only 2% for that Silver Knight Spear to drop, so I got crazy lucky with this run. I then used the souls I got from grinding the Silver Knight and a few that I picked up so I can get maxed out Silver Knight Spear. Now it's time for ONS, which the first fight I was so greedy with. I did not really care, because I saw the damage and I was like, this is not a fight. Ornstein goes down super fast, especially with a fast attacking weapon, and I got way too greedy for my own good, which that usually kills you. Yeah, Ornstein's going down so fast. And I don't really know why I'm two-handing here, but I guess the scaling's a little better for the Silver Knight Spear, but it mostly scales with deck, so I should just be one-handing it and just getting that fast attack in, but once it's down to Smough, it's all running attacks. Because he does the same predictable stuff, so I always just run attack R1, run attack R1, just a big loop. There's only one really attack I need to watch out for is Giant Butt Slam, because that would probably almost kill me. Well, especially with Power Within active, yeah, I'd probably be dead from it. But after a few loops and such, Smough goes down. Not that hard. That's time to get myself the Lord Vessel from Gwyn. And I obviously picked up the binoculars for one reason, and one reason only. Now it's Demon Fire Sage time. This boss always seems to give me trouble, but I don't get it. It's just Asylum dealing with AoEs. But I really had to lock in to kill this boss, unfortunately. It always pisses me off. See, right here I died from Power Within, which makes me think, I guess I probably shouldn't activate Power Within, because that just constantly drained my health, and this fight for me is mostly an endurance-based fight, so I gotta just make sure I play well and not get hit with the stupid AoEs. But I tend to eventually get it done. Like, that damage is so bad. Like, right here, now I'm one-handing it, because I get a little bit faster attack speed, and the damage is not that beneficial. I think it's like 3 extra points of damage, which is, to me, not worth it for the extra attack speed. But I keep getting my pokes in where I can, circling them. There's a few AoEs that clip me, because some of the just jank hitboxes. But as long as you keep stabbing his butt, his thigh, it should go down pretty easily. No problem in that. Oh, this fight, I think, was my longest. I don't think any other boss even came close to this. In terms of just the length of the fight, and also how long I got stuck here. But as Demon Fire Stage goes down, I gotta physically prepare myself for Centipede Demon. Because I never know how to fight this guy. Just seems to jump randomly and smack me or clip me with something stupid. So as long as I can just do more damage to him than he can to me, I should be fine. Really learn his moveset, but it's like, what's the point? I'm so high level at this part of the game. It's the end of the game, and this boss is not that hard. As long as you don't, accidentally step in lava and really chunk your health, or he beams you with his crazy range attacks, which I got him to use those once, and I don't even know how to dodge those either, because those have some crazy AoEs too. The giant fire explosion, but Centipede Demon goes down pretty quickly once I land those multiple hits, because spears are honestly quite nice in that regard, where I can just kind of stab them repeatedly, even behind the shield. Now we're on to the Bed of Chaos, which we can gladly just gloss over the Bed of Chaos pretty quickly here, because I died too many times. I got one of the sides gone and just kept getting hit into the abyss and just falling to my death, and it just pissed me off so much. So Bed of Chaos is dead. That's it. Not going more in depth. Then I decided to invade Lautrec and enter Londo so I can get my Fap Ring, that extra Firekeeper soul, so I can revive the Firekeeper at Firelink. And I get a really nice RTSR proc to finish the fight here, because you only need to kill Lautrec in this fight. The Phantoms don't matter. As long as Lautrec dies, and I get a nice RTSR stab, and then I die. But Lautrec died too, so my target got destroyed, so I got that Fap Ring and Firekeeper soul, no problem. And we gotta fight the doggo, which I never want to do in this game. The fight's not hard, but I always seem to roll too early with the sword. But his health bar also just kind of sinks with power with inactive. So he's got some good poke damage. But now I've also started using the Grass Crest, because I equipped the Fap Ring, and I wanted to use Fap Ring and RTSR. But yeah, Sith goes down pretty quickly. Some of the hitboxes for the spears are a bit jank, because you kind of like hit in between your legs. I was doing that with Smough too. Now, I don't know why I just love doing this, but I grabbed the Havel's set, because I always just love bullying the Four Kings and Nito. And with power, with inactive, and a nice fast attacking weapon, you really bully these Four Kings. It is really pathetic. Because now I'm on to the last 4 bosses of the game, and they all go down rather easily, to be honest. Spears are actually pretty good. I mean, obviously, I wish there was a Black Knight spear, because that weapon would probably be really crazy. But the Four Kings down really fast, and honestly, with Havel's set, this fight's a joke. All I'm doing is spamming R1 and poking him with my spear. It is very easy. You'd even call this a boss fight. But now I've also kind of started dumping points into health, so I'd have more of a buffer in these late game fights, because obviously Seath is something I need to look out for, because I don't want to get cursed, and obviously his damage is kind of good, and Gwyn's. So I'm just kind of dumping points into health. I really also should have been putting points into stamina too, or endurance, so I can hide behind the shield more and just poke behind the shield. And there we go. The final king is going down really fast. Here we go. Now the 4 kings going down. Now it's time for Pinwheel. Which this fight is a great fight. No doubt about it. All Pinwheel fights here. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazily hard. 4 hits and he's dead. That's wild. Now we got Nito. And the good thing about the Silver Knight Spear is it's a holy weapon, or divine, I think it's called in DS1. So once you kill the skeletons, they're dead. They don't get back up. Which is super nice. You don't gotta worry about them anymore in the fight. And especially because I one-shot them, yeah. So once I hit them once, they're dead, they're not getting back up, and I can solely focus on Nito. Which, honestly, I didn't even need the Havel set in this fight, because I could just kill the skeletons, and then I wouldn't really need poise. Which is something I thought of after the fight. Like, this is definitely overkill. Because there's nothing he can do with my poise. You know, should have been like an actual fight with me not wearing Havel's set, but crazy nonetheless to see how good this damage is against Nito. As Nito goes down, now it's time for Seath. I did change my armor to, I don't even know what it's called, the Dingle Willy set, the Firekeeper set. When she gets killed by Lotric, after you pick it up, it has the most curse resistance, so I'm like, that's definitely the one I want to use. Pop Power Within, instantly turn around, kill that crystal. And I do kind of shit on Seath in this fight. Although I didn't get absolutely terrified because there was like 5 clams that came in with me. So for the first like 80%, if half or 80% of the fight, I'm just running around Seath, trying not to get slammed by crabs. Because I was trying to see if Seath attacked them, because I never really had the clams come in the arena. Not to this extent before. So I was like, I hope Seath can hit them and kill them for me. Because it is not going to be good if I gotta deal with Seath and 5 crabs that just came in. I did manage to piss off Seath enough, so we did the giant AoE flail, which hits like everything around him, which hit all those clammy crabs, and killed most of them, if not all. So then I could just run up to him. And sadly, Power Within was not active anymore, but I could really just start laying on the damage. Because with that set of armor, Curse isn't really a problem because that bar is so high, but I could just keep laying attacks in. And I got a decent health bar now from just kind of dumping stats into Vitality. So I can really just focus on slaughtering Seath, and he does go down pretty quickly after all those crab clam things go down. Once I'm in his face, his health kind of just melts away, and Seath goes down. Honestly, in my easiest attempt I've played so far. That Silver Knight Spear is pretty good at layering on the damage. But there is one boss that we need to kill before going to Gwyn, and that's the first Asylum Demon, which was by far the hardest fight I've ever done. Look at this. I had to make sure I was blocking, because that damage probably would have killed me, you know. What? 2 shots and he was dead. I probably could have ran up and punch attacked him and one-shot him, but I think it was more satisfying just to poke him. But now it's time for Gwyn, which he also kind of gave me a little trouble. I just couldn't parry him for the life of me. But I also equipped one piece of Silver Knight armor for the cosplay, you know. But once I got the first parry, I kind of was like, alright, that's the timing I need. And I also remember seeing something about if you chug an Estus at the proper timing, you can like loop parries, but I don't really remember how to do that, so I was like, I just parry him 3 times. And for the ending, I was deciding, yeah, I'll poke him behind my shield. Why not? Gave him 3 pokes, and Gwyn was dead. Easy as that. If you like the run, hit the like button, subscribe. If you have any other kind of challenge ideas that I should possibly do, put it in the description. Leave a comment. Not a description. Leave a comment. What am I talking about? But, you know, and of course, have a great day.